Right, go ahead.
Thanks for chatting with us.
That's okay, my pleasure.
So here we are at Chateau Saint-Michel, and we really want to hear about your other projects. So, Quadrophenia, let's talk about where that started and where you hope for it to go.
Quadrophenia, well, that was a few years ago when it was launched in the UK with some financial assistance from some people over here in America. We were on tour with Ian Anderson last year over here, and in fact I met with one of the backers in Anaheim, and we discussed over some food how we might launch it again, either in Europe or preferably here in America, because obviously there's a big fan base for the Who material over here in America. Massive. And we looked at how much it would all cost, and a few script changes and a few other staff members that might get changed along the way, artistic people that might get changed along the way. So it was all looking fairly positive up until silence. It just went quiet. And obviously these things cost a great deal of money. It's not a one-off. It would be something that would run for several weeks in a theatre and then maybe travel around and tour around to different theatres. And that just costs a great deal of money. And I don't think the funds could be raised, sadly, at the moment.
And probably won't be putting your own checkbook up for that.
I won't be putting my own checkbook up for it, and I don't think Pete Townsend would either. But I mean, the stuff in America was a fantastic experience. I mean, working with Townsend was amazing.
Really? Do you know him from growing up?
No. I first met him about, it must have been about 15 years ago. I went and did some workshops with him. He was looking, because he's constantly writing. I mean, much like Ian Anderson, he's constantly writing new material. And I went along and I played some piano and some percussion stuff with John Rabbit Bundrick, who's the piano player from The Who, and a couple of other guys that regularly go in with the band, and Pete Townsend and Pete's brother Simon Townsend. We all got together in a sort of community hall in just off the Goldhall Road in West London, which is Pete Townsend's old stomping ground. That's where he used to sort of do his stuff with his family. And we did this workshop, and that was to go and probably look at Quadrophenia in a very different fashion, looking at it as a sort of chamber piece. It was okay, it went all right, but then we discovered that we could probably do it as a full rock band, which is of course how it eventually happened in the UK. It was a full rock band on stage, and a company of about 10 actors and singers, and they all sang. It wasn't just one guy who sang, it wasn't just a lead singer, it was through the company that we were doing all the singing.
And were you the main composer? Or was
I was the main orchestrator. Obviously, I had a musical director, and I obviously had Pete Townsend there as well, who took care of things that I hadn't quite got right or whatever. But he was very gracious and,
his
and
child.
very generous.
He knows every inch of that child.
Well, it's it's his baby, from all of those years ago, and for him to hand it all over is it could be very nerve-wracking for him, but he was completely generous with the work that I'd done, and because I put some string quartet stuff in. There's Martin Bowl with a cup of tea.
Hi, Martin, darling.
And a banana. It was just lovely to work with, and I think he enjoyed the experience, to be truthful. So he would want it to happen.
He really wants it to happen again.
He really would.
Yeah. So